Hello, everyone. Welcome. And today we have Paavo with us again from Defiled Serenity. Paavo, welcome back to my channel.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. How you doing, man? How's everything going? I know you had gigs before the dawn this weekend, right? So how that went?
Yeah, we had two shows with Before the Dawn, and yeah, they were great. They're two Finnish shows, and yeah, they were great. I
So
didn't have I
local
don't have
shows,
any
right?
complaints about them.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure it's a great energy at the show. So I'll get to experience that later in like April, I believe. So I'll finally get to see Before the Dawn for the very first time, if you can believe that, actually. So that's really exciting. But besides that, man, I actually wanted to talk more about your other band, Defiled Serenity. This is actually your band, correct?
Yeah, yeah, this is uh I've created the whole band. Yeah, it's my baby. Like it's my brainchild.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in Before the Dawn, you kind of joined the band, right? Where when you like restarted the band, and this is pretty much like your thing, right? So I'm guessing, you're writing most of the songs, or are you writing the whole thing, or how's that going with Defiled Serenity?
Yeah, no, I think it was 2021 since I asked somebody else to come in to this project of mine that we started calling Defiled Serenity, and I've been writing stuff for a long time, and so like I've been doing the songs over and over again that I can get
And
them
hit
as good as possible, and then I just asked a bunch of my friends if they want to join my band, and yeah, that's how it all came together. And yeah, I'm writing all the songs and the lyrics, and doing a lot more as well, like behind the scenes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, when you're the guy who started a band, I guess it's pretty much up to you to do all the work, except for maybe some of the other guys that can do some of the heavy liftings when needed. But I'm sure most of the time it's only you with everything. So, and by the way,
Yep.
talking about the album, I really appreciated sending the album earlier, so I had the opportunity to listen to it, and I gotta say it's actually a really great album. I was hoping it would be. Obviously, the singles were great, those that I checked out beforehand. But the whole album is actually really great. I'm really digging Mortal. That's one of my favorites so far, and I believe it's actually like the longest song. Maybe, I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe because it has like that more like groovy vibe, it kind of grew on me a little bit more. So yeah, that being said, like you mentioned, you also do like lyrics and everything. One thing that's coming to my mind, there's an interesting intro to the album, like some spoken words. It says it has a Juha Tapio. So can you tell me more about him? Like who is he? Because I'm not familiar with the name, and like what is he actually like talking about? Because I believe he's speaking in Finnish, right?
Yeah. Um, so, um, as you may know, I started my musical journey through Voice of Finland, which was the TV
Yeah.
program in Finland, and yeah, so my what are they called? Coaches. My coach
Okay.
was Juha Tapio, so he's like a well-known Finnish pop singer,
Oh, okay.
and
Makes sense.
yeah, and I don't know. We just like because he's such a cool guy. We are always chatting uh,
Yeah.
about whatever. And like yeah, we have been keeping contact since that show, and then I was thinking that we need some kind of an intro to this album, and
Yeah.
then when I was composing the intro, then I just felt like I need somebody to read a poem or something
Yeah.
like that, like calm before the storm kind of thing,
Yeah.
like that
Exactly.
you sit next to a camp, you're on a campsite watching the fire and listening to
You.
the woods and everything, and then just somebody says or yeah says some kind of a poem or something, and then because Juha is he has such a like lovely warm voice,
Yeah.
uh, I wanted to ask him, and he immediately said yes, and that was awesome to do a song with him, and because he's a really well-known pop singer, and
Yeah.
I got him into a death metal album. That's
Yeah.
also something.
Yeah, like you wouldn't
So
expect like a pop star to be on a death metal record, right? But it's somehow it happens.
yeah, 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 and yeah, the poem is in Finnish, and I wrote it. I first I thought that Juha would write his own stuff, but then, well, I already wrote something, and I asked him, "Do you want to do this, or do you want to do something like that you have written?" And he was like, "Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna do that." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So it tells about uh, our own stories that we have. We start from different angles, but then we have the common way of going through life,
Yeah.
and yeah, all the obstacles that come with it. At times it's easy, at times it's hard, and then at the end of the poem, it says. Tämä on minun tieni, which means this is my road, and the, then the whole album starts and it tells about my road.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I
So
wanted to ask you like if there's like some kind of concept behind the lyrics, or is it like every song for itself and kind of just put them together, or so I'm guessing there's like sort of a journey, right, throughout the lyrics as well on the album.
yeah, yeah. It's the whole album is about um, my thoughts and feelings and uh, experiences with depression and death,
Yeah.
and just thinking about those areas and those topics, and just like yeah. Uh, there's different things. For example, Mortal is about that you feel like you're not enough,
Okay.
and then there's songs that tell about the fear of death, or then there is Your Worst Enemy, which tells
Mm.
about that you have had enough with the bullies, and then you just get annoyed. And, uh, yeah, yeah, but it's a story, and it's a story from my head, my point of view. So, and that's why also the album's name is Within the Slumber of the Mind, because it's like uh, deep inside my head,
Yeah.
kind of. But of course, these things are always like the listener can have their own perspective about it, and that's what I want to hear. That's like, of course, I've started somewhere, but I want to
Yeah.
hear what people hear.
Of course, at the end of the day, like you're making the music for yourself first, right? But then once you release it, it's pretty much like up to the listener to decide, like, how he feels or she feels about the song and the lyrics and everything. So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely hear a bit of darker themes like in the lyrics, but I always naturally related to that for some reason, even though I'm not like like super depressed or anything like that. But ever since I, started getting into metal, those lyrical themes sort of spoke to me always. Like, like bands in like Insomnium and stuff like that. They always have those like melancholic lyrics and stuff like that. So that's something that
Yeah,
always drew me in for some reason. So that's the same case with your debut album as well. And you also, by the way, answered the question about the album title as well. I wanted to ask you about that. So it pretty much makes sense that it comes from your headspace, sort of like from your perspective about
yeah.
those themes and everything. So,
Yeah,
well,
I also
yeah,
can tell. I don't know if you wanted to ask about it, but also the album art is tied to that, because
yeah,
well, we had the I've designed the old logo, which is
yeah.
a tree,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's like a tree of life and death,
Ah, okay.
in a way. So yeah, the tree is like representing kind of. like me and my life, and then it looks like I'm fine and I'm thriving and alive, and then deep down in the roots there's a hell burning all the time, and like yeah, and then we wanted to do the singles are a part of the album cover. The Your worst enemy is the skull, and then Exile to Infinity is the stream behind there, and then
Okay.
there's the ghost of a female, uh, and then yeah, that's the unfaithful cover. So we wanted to do that. All the singles are a part of that, and
Okay.
then all of the songs create the whole thing. And
Yeah. I actually
so
wanted
there's
to
a
ask you
lot
about.
of thought and stuff like about that. And I planned the whole thing because yeah, I wanted to I wanted to give my vision to everyone, but it
Yes.
was a lot of work.
Yeah, I guess it was. So, and actually wanted to ask you about the Unfaithful cover as well by Rihanna, and the inclusion of Karisma. I also don't know about this artist as well. Not Rihanna, of course. I know about her, but I mean, Charisma. So, can you tell me more about her and how this collaboration came to be? How did you decide on the song and like what was the thought process behind it? And you mentioned it connects to the previous two singles. I was actually not expecting that. Maybe you meant like visually or with the lyrics as well, sort of.
I meant visually, like
Ah, okay.
the single covers
Yeah, yeah.
that they
Okay.
are like parts of the whole album cover.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
okay. That makes sense.
uh, um, but yeah, Charisma is well, she is also from The Voice of Finland. When I was in the show, she was one of the contestants, and I remember her performing there. And she has this really interesting way of singing, and like this, like really talented, and she has this like unique uniqueness in her voice,
Yeah, like
and
she has a unique
that
color
got
of a
to
voice.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's really cool, and I've never heard that before, and
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to ask her. Uh, well, I needed because I felt like I want to have a female voice there, and
Okay.
that's why. Yeah, I asked her, and she said immediately yes. So yeah,
Pretty much like everyone you asked, they just immediately say yes to you. So that's actually great
I
to
don't
hear.
know
So
why they trust me so blindly. I don't.
yeah. Well, I guess they know you, so they wouldn't just go, out on a whim to work with just anybody. So, yeah, I guess you have to be a little bit respected in the world or at least know those people to have them and come, collaborate with you as
Yeah,
well.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, when you are nice to people, usually they are nice to you back. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
that checks out.
that's, yeah, that's how it usually goes. And yeah, also, I have a really clear vision. I have always had a clear vision of this project, how I
Yeah.
want to do stuff. So it's easy to follow that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, well, yeah, once you have like the vision, then you just need every pieces to fall into place and everything works out in the end. So I'm happy that you managed to do that with the debut album as well. So, can you tell me more about like what's coming up with Defiled Serenity? Obviously, the album is dropping this Friday. Any plans like after that? Do you plan on doing any live shows or anything like that? Maybe some smaller tours or festival appearances or anything like that to promote the album as well?
Uh, well, yeah, I want to do a lot more live shows, like because we haven't done any live shows yet.
Okay.
So yeah, we wanted to wait for the album to come out and then just start promoting it and just celebrate it and just like
Yeah.
have everything ready for the live setup. So we are gonna have this Saturday is gonna be our debut live show
Okay. Okay.
in celebration of the debut album.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play it in its entirety there,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, then on March we have another show. It's like an indoor festival in Finland. There's I think in our day there was also Mariana's Rest playing, and Gothany as well. So yeah, 2 shows, and I hope there's gonna be more. We would love to do more shows, or also outside Finland. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what uh, the future brings to us, and I hope a lot more shows and tours and everything. Like get this band on the road.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I mean, the album is great. I can vouch for it, but I'm sure the rest of the world will feel the same. And, once people start listening to it, people know you from Before the Dawn, or most likely. So when they connect you with this band as well, I'm sure they're gonna love it because it's pretty much like classic melodic death metal, but also like expanded. So a lot of people will connect with your band as well, I'm sure. And yeah, so talking about that, so you are going on tour with Before the Dawn, I believe sometime around like mid-April or something like that, for about a month or so, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm really really glad that we're gonna meet in person actually, and to check out
yeah.
Before the Dawn.
Finally,
And yeah, finally, like I feel like we've been friends because we've been chatting from time to time on the Instagram, and we also did an interview already. So I feel like we have a great
yeah,
connection. So I'm really excited to meet with you guys. And I wanted to ask you, so between like Before the Dawn, obviously doing live shows in the near future, releasing Defiled Serenity debut album. I also noticed you are teasing some stuff with Kuso. Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah, can you tell me
yeah,
more about that as well? You're playing guitar in that band, right?
yeah. Yeah, Kusu is it means moon swamp,
Yeah, I wanted to ask you
and
like what that means
yeah,
actually. Like,
yeah, Moon Swamp. It's an
Mhm.
atmospheric black metal band,
Yeah.
and I am the lead guitar player there. Actually, I'm playing all the guitars at the moment, but we'll
Okay.
see. Well, but yeah, I'm the only guitarist, and I also do backing vocals. But uh, yeah, that's a really fun project because I don't have to be the singer there. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I
but
I
I
love to do
sort of like
other
yeah.
stuff as well.
Yeah, but I sort of knew
So
like he has to sing at least like backing vocals or something like that in this band as well. But yeah, I'm not
well,
like yeah.
well, what can you do? That's kind of what I do
Yeah, when you
all
when
the
you
rest
have the
of the time.
capabilities, why not use them? I mean, yeah, I'm not like too
Yeah,
much into like metal, but I did like scroll through the Instagram page before we did an interview and just to like listen to some clips. And actually, it's pretty interesting because I'm not like a fan of like the classic black metal, but when it comes to like using some atmospheric elements or just going outside of the box, not doing like typical black metal album or music in general, I actually like that. For example, like Guerrilla, they are excellent band from Portugal. They are that are doing like amazing stuff, like expanding the black metal genre to other spheres. So this one feels like that as well.
yeah. It's really. I know that um, it's kind of niche that where the people that listen to that kind of
Yeah.
music, but those that listen, they really enjoy it. And I've gotten into that band. I've been in that band for I think 5 years or something,
Oh,
so
okay.
a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're like we have such a good chemistry, and we're just like doing stuff. Uh, Really, like there's no rush. We just want to do it when there's time for it. Like, and that's what I love about that project because I don't have to stress about it at all. I just can enjoy, just play a bit of guitar, and yeah, just it's just a lot of fun. And I'm really proud of that EP because it's the sound quality is a lot better than the debut album that we released. I
Yeah.
think the EP is really great presentation of the band, how the band sounds, and yeah, I hope people find the album, the EP, and start enjoying the music, and hopefully we get that band to a live setup also as well. So we haven't done any live shows yet, but
No,
yeah,
okay,
I'm sure
so
there's gonna be a time
mhm.
somewhere.
Yeah, so two bands that still have a live debut coming. So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's great to hear. Like, but it's amazing. Like you've been in that band for 5 years. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the EP. That really like caught my attention when I listened to those a few snippets. So it actually sounds interesting. So I'm definitely gonna give it a listen, even though I'm not like into black metal too much. But hearing like melodic atmospheric elements throughout it actually piqued my interest. So I'm definitely gonna check it out as well. So, Paolo, I won't be holding you any much longer. I just wanted to ask you, like, can you like share any future plans, whether it's Defiled Serenity, Before the Dawn, Kuso, any project that you can share? Feel free to do so.
Um, well, um, of course, yeah, the Defiled Serenity album is coming, and then the two shows with that. Before the Dawn, we're doing the European tour, um, and there's also gonna be new music probably coming, uh, and yeah, then with my cover band, we're doing a lot of shows during the summer.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you actually have another band. Yeah, I forgot about that. So you're
yeah,
actually
I
pretty
have
busy
four
man.
bands, and yeah, I know, but yeah, it's still fun, so why not?
I mean,
And
yeah, when you
yeah,
look at it, every band is doing something different, so it's nice to play,
yeah,
bit of death metal, bit of rock from the 80s and stuff like that, a bit of black metal. So yeah, it can be fun
yeah,
doing
yeah,
different projects.
yeah. And with Kuusua, I think I'm trying to get us some live shows,
Oh, cool.
and we are also writing new material. I think there's already a couple of songs ready, not recorded, but they have been written. And
Okay.
also, of course, I've been writing uh, new Defiled Serenity stuff because
Yeah.
it's never ending. It's
I mean,
always like
yeah,
going.
that's natural. If it's your baby, of course you're gonna
Yeah,
keep on writing music for it, even though the album is just around the corner. So yeah, that's only
yeah,
natural to have more music in the vault.
yeah. It's
Usually that's what
really,
happens though.
it,
Yeah.
yeah. It's fun because actually some of the Defiled Serenity songs originally are really long,
Oh,
or really old.
okay.
Some of them are. I started um, Voices. I think it's already 7 years old.
Oh, okay. I
Because
actually wanted to mention
yeah,
that because I was just checking the YouTube and I saw that actually Voices from the Void is up there for like 2 or 3 years already, right? So saying
yeah,
that it's
yeah,
actually like 7 years old is actually mind blowing that it's even older than that. Yeah.
yeah. It's old to me. It's old
Yeah.
to the band members, but of course
Yeah.
it's like new stuff to uh, like to the listeners. And yeah, the we released Voices from the Void uh, like independently without a drummer. There's like a programmed drummer,
Oh, okay.
and
So it's a different
yeah,
version
but
than what's on the album, right?
yeah, yeah, it's definitely different version. We re-recorded that, and we added orchestrations, and of course a drummer there, and yeah, because we wanted to do it with much better sound quality, because we weren't that happy with the first one, and it was just like we wanted to release something, then and establish that we have a band. So
Yeah.
that's why we did it back then. But of course, we because that's really important song to me as well, because it's been with me for a long time. So yeah, we wanted to give it justice and do it the proper way. So yeah,
Yeah, and it
and
actually makes
also
sense
it
that
fits
it's
to the
like a album
whole
opener.
album much better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then it actually makes sense, that you love this song so much. Like it's one of the first songs that it's actually like the album opener, besides the intro, of course. So it explodes pretty much with this song. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and also I've been right. I wrote the intro to fit to that. Like it goes
Yeah.
smoothly, dude. to
Yeah,
that
yeah, the
voice.
transition is actually the transition is actually really great going from the intro into the song. So yeah, that actually makes a real sense of everything. So yeah, so Paolo, I think that's pretty much it. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for this nice chat. And also congrats on Defiled Serenity album, and hopefully we will see each other in April then.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mikro, again. And yeah, it was fun talking with you again. And yeah, I'm really happy to hear that you enjoyed the album. I hope all the listeners as enjoyed as well. And yeah, we'll
Exactly.
see you
Everyone
in.
need to check out the album that's coming out this Friday. So go ahead and grab Defiled Serenities from the Within the Slumber of the Mind.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Thank you very much, man. So enjoy the rest of your day and talk to you and see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks,
Likewise.
man. Cheers.